We have people. That will bring the water to you.
Wow.
Yes.
What a magical
Lots
place.
of people, and that people is called Cool Greg.
Oh.
But unfortunately, Cool Greg went to get us coffee.
That's
so
even
your
better.
water
That's even
is
better.
not going to be here
That's fine.
for another 35
That's fine.
minutes.
This is
Hello, everyone.
unacceptable. But
And welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for February 19th. My name is Nick Scarpino. Joining me today for the first time on this show, right?
Yes.
You've done the podcast before, you've never done the morning show.
Correct,
Our
yeah.
dear, dear friend, Chastity Vicencio.
Hello. Good morning.
Did I say your last name right?
Yes.
Fantastic.
You did.
I'm like 0 for 2 with guests' last names because
so
I get
good.
super nervous and then I just say what I want to say,
Yeah.
which is just Vincenzo.
I was expecting you to
but
go
it's-
Vincenzo.
Yeah. Next time I'm just going to say Chastity V. How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome,
I'm
of course.
hanging out here. Got
You're
the day
here?
off, but
That's
I'm
fan-
here.
Oh, you got the whole day off? Oh, that's right, because you guys have
Yes, I'm
a
just
normal
gonna hang out here
schedule.
all day.
I totally made you come on the one day that you have off. Could have just picked a different
I
Monday.
picked it.
You
I
did.
picked
You
it.
did do that.
Strategically.
That's great.
Because I just have a lot going on at work, so it's nice to have time to just hang out and not be under pressure to go back to work.
That's
But
nice.
Black Panther, man.
Dude.
Black Panther.
We're going to get into that. We have a couple great news stories. Black Panther, of course, dominating at the box office. Something you brought to my attention because I don't watch the All-Star game, but apparently Fergie absolutely crushed the national anthem. And by that I mean,
Crushed.
I thought it was great. Andy's All Sorts of Sports is going to be here to talk about that in
I'm
one
going to
second.
say stylized.
She definitely had her spin on it.
Yes.
My favorite comment. I just read a tweet that said maybe she was protesting.
You think that was her anti-Trump speech where she was just like, I'm going to take the national
That was
anthem?
her protest.
The tweet that I saw that everyone was sharing was this is not the national anthem this is the national anthem that we deserve, not the one that we need.
Oh, I guess. We watched it earlier today, but I think we're going to watch it again because it was that compelling. Before we get into any of that, of course, this is the Kind of Funny Morning Show. It comes to you each and every day here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, where we talk about the nerdy news you need to know. Of course, today's Black Panther news. A little Bill and Ted news peppered in there because we can't let that dream die. But also, if you guys can't watch this live, of course, if you're watching live, we'd love for you to subscribe to us. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. You get cool emotes, private chat time with us. You get entered into the giveaway. And when we play games with you. Use your Amazon Prime. Don't let it go to waste. If you don't give it to us, give it to Snowbike Mike or someone, anyone. It doesn't matter who. Just don't give Jeff Bezos any more of your money. Of course, if you guys cannot watch this live and you're like, what's Twitch? I don't understand Twitch. The only thing in my vernacular that I understand in my lexicon is YouTube. Well, we put this out on YouTube as well each and every day around 2 p.m. If you guys are there, please feel free to comment on any of the stories or my hair. Whatever you guys want to say, just leave a comment. I love jumping in there at the end of the day and talking to you guys, and it's fantastic. Or just let Chastity know how great she did today. That's even better. Today's episode of the Kind of Funny Morning Show, actually, Kev, is brought to us by MeUndies. MeUndies.com. Can you pull that up real quick?
Sure.
Sorry, I slid that one in there at the end of it.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is right
There it
there.
is.
That's probably inappropriate to show on Twitch, but we're going to do it anyway.
Wow.
Because MeUndies. Now, it's funny, they asked me to model for it, and I was like, I don't look like that. And they were like, yeah, we don't want you to model for it then.
You could just put your head there.
Yeah, I could. I kind of have the beard, almost hair combo of that guy, but I definitely don't have the chest or the abs or the lack of chest hair that guy's got going
I'm
on.
just going to assume it's just banana print on all of the underwear.
I hope so. I really do. Tim wears MeUndies a lot, and he really likes them a lot. But they're also, he wears the ones with
Sold.
smileys and stuff, and he shows me all the time, and I'm like, that's completely inappropriate to do at work. Please stop doing that, sir. Couple housekeeping things. Last week, we had our Black Panther in review go up. So we talked about Black Panther. We also talked about Iron Man 3, I want to say. So there will be no MCU in review this week, but we will be picking up next week with Thor Dark World, which I mistakenly watched last weekend instead of next weekend.
I'm so sorry.
You know, we'll save it for that show, but it's actually been very fun going back and watching a lot of these. And they're actually a lot more
really good
surprisingly
idea.
entertaining than I would have given them credit for, except for Thor Dark World.
Yeah.
That one just kind of,
then
you
you'll
kind of
be-
get to the end there and you're like,
You'll be
whoa.
fully prepared for Infinity War.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it again next weekend just to give Chris Hemsworth abs another shot. But I like how they always have the obligatory, he
Always.
just got done with battle and he's got his shirt off
It's
and he's
in
just,
the contract.
oh God, it would be, if I looked
At
like that,
least
I'd be
one
like, I
shot.
need to be shirtless every other scene. Every other scene.
I mean, if you're going to put that much work into your workout for that movie, you might as well have more than one
Might as
scene.
well do it.
I'm just saying.
It's my wife was watching with me over the weekend and she didn't mean to, but when we get to that scene, she let out an audible gasp. And there's nothing more diminutive. There's nothing more emasculating than when your wife looks at Thor's body and goes,
Longingly,
yeah, like, wow. What's that like? That's a pleasure I will never know.
I'm sure that's not what she meant. That is not what she meant.
Moving on. Moving right along. Hey, guess what? Some of you guys have already seen this, but if you go over to kindoffunny.com, we have revamped the website. You can check here. We're going to be doing a lot of updates here from now on, as well as have the full schedule of what's going on a weekly basis over here on the right. Of course, we've got a little Patreon there. If you guys want to go support on Patreon, that kind of gives a description of what's going on. This is in sort of a beta test, so we need all of you guys out there to go over and check it out and let us know if anything's happening. For instance, I think, Kevin, if you scroll down, I think the video feed's not working. Yeah, we're working on that.
Oh, yeah. That's
still got to pull from both YouTubes, and so that's happening. But Joey's going to be posting a lot of community event stuff there in the update section. So make sure to check back there, here and there.
This is cool right here on the bottom.
Yeah, we got a little featured shows there. It's fun. It's a cool tool for people who don't necessarily know who we are to be able to actually point them toward a website and be like, hey, here we are.
Some sort of error.
Great.
Oh.
Great.
Very nice.
Did we break it by sending people there? I think we
maybe.
did.
Did we really?
Oh, no.
Did everyone just go there?
Look away. A lot of people in the chat are just tuning in. Hi, I'm Chastity. For those asking, they're like,
Chastity.
Who is she? Who this?
Why don't you tell people who you are?
Hello, I'm Chastity Vicencio.
There you go.
I'm over at GameSpot, but I am guesting today on the show.
There you go.
And no, I am not the new host.
She is not the new host. We are excited to announce she will not be joining
It's
us
not me.
as a host, but she will be guesting on our show from time to time.
Yeah.
Because we like her and because she has good insight into the entertainment world, unlike
thank
me.
you.
Unlike me. It's nice to bring in experts every once in a while who actually know what's going on out there in the world today.
Experts.
Sir and or ma'am, you can't come on camera yet. You have to
Someone
not be in
is
this room,
too
sir and or
excited
ma'am.
and is trying to get into the studio.
Stop poking your head
It's not your
in.
time yet. It's not your time yet.
Don't spoil. Of course, the new host will be revealed
New host,
at
go.
noon.
Are we showing this trailer? Or?
Yeah, go ahead and show that trailer. This is the hype trailer.
Roll that
We don't
trailer.
have to show the trailer. We've talked about this enough.
Right, well.
We've talked about
It's a
this
very exciting day.
ad nauseum. It's very exciting. Our ranks are growing slowly but surely, and we are slowly but surely positively taking over the internet. And then once we have control, we will rain down the thunder. We will rain down the chaos on people's heads.
That sounds weird when you say it that way, Nick.
It sounds negative, doesn't it? But the whole thing that we're doing here is to positively take over. And then
I love how people keep
destroy
breaking down
people.
this silhouette right here. They're like, well, who's it shaped like?
Yeah.
Is that a hat? Is that not a hat? I don't see glasses.
It's
Do I
either-
see glasses?
It's
going
three
on with the
things. It's
tail?
either a hat, a cape, or he or she is farting something. So we'll see what happens. Another quick update. My show at Punchline got moved over to Cobb's Comedy Club. I will be there Tuesday night at 8 p.m. If you guys want to come out and see a great lineup of stand-up comics, I will be one of them. It is super cool. It's a great big venue. If you've never been to Cobb's, it's super fun. If you have, it's even better the second time around. Even better. So go over to cobbscomedy.com, cobbscomedy.com to check out. It's the Tuesday night real life comedians event. I will be there. And final housekeeping news. Kev, go ahead and bring up my Instagram on this one.
this?
Thursday's PSVR show is none other than why should I?
Sprint Vector.
Thank you, Sprint Vector. And if you guys want to see how much fun we had playing Sprint Vector, Kev, go ahead and just play this. Go play it
Now,
real
I'm
quick.
not in this actual video, though.
Kev, go play it.
All right.
Let's play it. I haven't seen this yet.
And it won't play.
Oh, for the love of
Joke's
God,
on you.
Instagram.
I'll try it again.
Refresh
Hold on.
Refresh that ish.
I thought about it. Tim and I kicked around ideas.
Yes.
So this will give you a little taste of what you're missing over there on patreon.com/patreon.com/kindafunnygames. You guys can support there to get this episode this week exclusively
I
over
like
on
your
that
technique.
platform.
It's really good.
I was going
I'm
real
just
fast.
mystified that Kevin can move his arms that fast. That is my favorite thing.
Now, to be clear, I am not in the PSVR show.
No, you are not in
That
the.
was
You
just
are
that fun.
not in Sprint Vector.
Yeah.
But you are. You did one episode of the
but
show,
I was
right?
saying, like, they're not going to see more of that.
No, you're gonna see even more fun. But that, if you want that, you go to Instagram.com/Nick_Scarpino. You can watch that video all day and listen to his angelic laugh because it's like a little baby cherub that's sitting on your shoulder and then it poops.
Also, you have very good Instagram stories.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I have not been keeping up with Nick at night as much as I should. Last night, I had a very interesting thing. Went to an open mic because I'm prepping for the show. And then everyone was going over to Punchline, which all the comics go to on Sunday night. And we go there and you sit, and if they want you, they pick you and you get to go out that night. But yeah, I forgot that it was a holiday weekend, which means traditionally...
Is that nerve-wracking?
It's incredibly nerve-wracking. It's basically like hazing, but that's just what they do, so that's what you have to subject yourself to. But last night was especially brutal because it was sold out. And normally the wings are open, so
Yeah.
the comics can sit in the wings and in the back, but it was all sold out, and so we had to stand out in the cold. And everyone didn't know if they were going to go, so the guys that are regulars and have been sort of gone up before were like, maybe I'll get to go up tonight in front of a packed audience, which is super cool. But everyone else was like, I'm probably not going to get up, but I guess I have to stand out here in the cold anyway.
Wow.
Now, to their credit, the security at Punchline was like, if you guys want coffee, we'll bring you coffee. And I was like,
That's
no,
nice.
what I'd like is to know whether or not I'm going up. That way I can go home and not get a cold.
Really cold.
It was
last
really
night. Yeah.
brutally cold last night. So a couple people were not too happy about that, and they've gone on and just made some fun jokes at Punchline's expense.
So what ended up happening? Were you just standing?
Oh, I mean, I haven't gone up. I haven't put
Okay.
my time in
Okay.
necessarily enough to go. So I went there just to say hello to some people and see what the situation was.
Right.
And then once it was pre-booked, I stuck around for a half hour just to say hello. And then I went home and I was like, I think I'm getting sick. It was so cold last night, and I was wearing like a bomber jacket that offered zero warmth. So I was pretty much standing out there shirtless.
Stylish though.
Yeah, I looked
At least.
great.
You looked great.
But I started getting that
Freezing
like
it up.
head cold where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm starting to feel a little wonky wonk, and I've just been getting over a cold anyway.
Oh, God.
So what are you gonna do? Now Kevin just left the room.
Okay.
No, you're gonna be fine.
It's
You're gonna be
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
It's been 2 weeks.
I've had it twice already this season. I hope I don't get it. the
I've
third
had it
time.
twice too. I had it twice in 2 weeks. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Joey, are you taking over for Kevin here?
Hello.
Can you please bring up this first news story? Let's go into some news.
Let's do it.
Now, actually, yeah, there you go. I was on
So excited.
Collider's Movie Talk
happy.
last week, and they were saying that people were predicting that Black Panther would top somewhere in the 150 to 165
Mm-hmm.
million range. Well, those consummate overachievers over at
Look at
Marvel
that.
and Mr. Ryan Coogler have said, oh, screw you, we're going to do $235 million for an
Up
opening
until
weekend.
yesterday, the headlines were saying 218. So
Yeah.
this is insane.
Well, now to be fair, also this is going into a holiday weekend, so I think they still catch some of today with
Today?
it. So we'll see what the
It's
final number
4-day,
ends up
yeah,
being.
for a 4-day weekend.
But for a 3-day weekend, reports of 218 to 235 million puts this pretty much at the top of the
Yeah.
pack.
Is it still number 5? Yesterday it was at number 5. Does this move it up?
I think this does. Let's double check here. This is over on HollywoodReporter.com. In a defining moment for Hollywood, Disney and Marvel Studios, Black Panther exploded at the President's Day box office, bounding to a record-shattering estimate of $201.8 million for the 3-day weekend and a projected $235 million plus for the 4-day holiday weekend. The grosses are substantially ahead of Sunday's estimates of $192 and $218, respectively. Overall revenue for the holiday weekend looks to be up a staggering 88% over last year, pushing revenue year to date in black by nearly 7%. Let's see what he's saying.
It's still fifth.
Here we are here.
It's still
Is it
fifth.
still fifth? The
Yeah.
Ryan Coogler directed movie, unprecedented in being a big budget studio tentpole featuring a virtually all black cast, secured the 5th biggest domestic opening of all time after blasting past all expectations, and it nabbed one of the top 4-day grosses of all time after stomping past Jurassic World, which did $234.1 million, and, to land behind Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which opened $241.6 million, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens, $288.1 million. Black Panther. By the way, almost all those movies are Disney movies. I don't think Jurassic World's not, but the rest of them are. So Disney is, if you need a
Oh my
loan,
God.
go over to Uncle Disney. He'll give you some money. Black Panther could climb even higher once weekend numbers are tallied Tuesday morning. Rival Studios put the 4-day gross in the 240 million range. So yeah.
Wow.
It also of course, notably, one of the big comparisons was Deadpool, which I think had
Because
the
that
biggest
was a
February opening.
February opening, yeah.
And this just destroyed that. I think Deadpool did
Knocked
somewhere
it out.
upwards of 150. Granted, Deadpool only cost $40 million to make.
So
but still.
after some time has passed, where do you stand on Black Panther? Like, how do you feel about it? You've digested it.
We did
over-
the in review, which you guys can
Right.
go up and watch right now on youtube.com/kindafunny. I liked Black Panther a lot. I think my opinion of it still stands in that I really liked everything that had to do with the social commentary, everything that had to do with the politics. Loved the characters. Thinking about Michael B. Jordan's character, the one thing I really liked about him was that you could tell that story from his perspective and he would be the hero.
Yeah.
You could literally
Good.
just shift it, and if you told a little bit different, he could be, granted, a Punisher-style hero because he's killing a lot of people, but you would empathize with him, and I think that is the strength of the movie. My only disappointment with the film was that it did so much to elevate basically the themes of Marvel movies that I felt like I wish it did the same with the action, but I just feel like a lot of the action pieces, I was like, can we get through this so we can get back to see what happens once he gets to Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really care for the superhero aspects of
Right.
the movie, and that was the one thing
wanna
that
see
was
the story
kind of
progress.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was like, this story is really, really cool, which I know is, again, you're complaining about something that's kind of a stupid thing to complain about because what I'm basically
Perfect
saying
movie
is
is
we got a
perfect.
90% of the movie was really good storytelling. It's just the other 10% I felt like it lacked the elevated nature of the rest of it. And so I feel like I feel like for the first time in a Marvel movie, like, you know, when I think back to Winter Soldier, I'm like, the story is whatever, but the action scenes were so cool. Like when he was
Winter
going
Soldier's
through.
fantastic.
Winter
It was
Soldier's amazing.
Winter
It's great,
Soldier is
but you know that first scene
incredible.
where we're
Story
seeing
is
that
phenomenal.
shot where he's running down the ship and doing all that stuff. I'm like, this is really cool. This is something I haven't seen in an action sequence before. I was expecting something like that to come out of Black Panther, and I just don't feel like it hit that mark for just the action.
Got it.
Again, storytelling wise, theme wise, character development wise, and for what this movie means for a lot of people, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I just when I take all that out of it and I look at it as a pure action superhero movie, it misses the mark a little bit
Got
for me.
it.
What did you think of it?
I had no complaints whatsoever.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, very few tiny little complaints, but a lot of people are saying that Killmonger is the best villain in the MCU now, and I think
He's
they
ranked as our
they
number
might be
one.
too excited because they just saw it and they have to reflect.
thing is-
but I think he's definitely top tier. Definitely.
There's an
top tier,
argument to
yeah.
be made for it, and again, I think
And
the argument is
right,
when
and like you
look-
said, he's not really a villain. Depending on your perspective, and like Black Panther said in the movie, like they created this monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that, right?
Yeah.
We all obviously in the MCU in Review, we have a sub podcast that's in that
Yeah.
podcast called Rad Guys on Bad Guys, where me and Kevin are co-presidents of that organization. Thanks, sir. And we like to rank all of the bad guys, you know, from Loki. And by the way, Loki's
Is
in like
Loki
50
your
movies.
favorite?
No.
Who's your favorite
Well,
villain?
he
I believe we
was-
picked.
Yeah.
He was
He
until
was our favorite, and I still like Loki, and I actually really like Loki
In
in
the
Thor:
Avengers.
Dark World. In Avengers, I liked him in Dark World as well.
Okay, well, don't talk about that yet.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that yet.
Stop
But
talking
yes,
about
spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched our MCU in Review. Killmonger is top on the list right now.
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a compelling
but I think
compelling
he's-
character that you empathize
Yes,
with.
exactly. He's top tier for me, and I think he's number one for me right now. But I also need to kind of reflect on other MCU villains. But I also liked. I mean, I don't know if Netflix counts, but it is
Netflix
MCU.
definitely counts. Oh, yeah.
Kingpin, Kilgrave, also top tier.
Kilgrave was
Yeah.
awesome.
Loki was
But
also
Kilgrave
top
was
tier,
awesome.
yeah.
He's the one in Jessica Jones,
Yes.
right? He was awesome because he was terrifying.
Yes, absolutely
Like, terrifying.
And
He was on the other side. He was on the
scope of his
Joker side of that
powers and
spectrum.
the abilities that he has,
Absolutely terrifying.
absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the mark that we want to hit, right? He's more along the lines of Joker for me.
Right.
Where you're like, there's two types of villains that I really enjoy sort of like going on the ride with. There's the Joker, which is some people just want to see the world burn kind of
Right.
villain, right? That's Kilgrave as well, where you're like, this guy obviously has motivations for what he's doing, but realistically, it's
Sure.
just because he's abusing his power and it's terrifying. And the Joker is another one of those. The reason the Joker resonated so much is because he's just that one person that makes no sense, and he just wants to fucking watch the world burn. He wants
Yeah.
to burn the world down, and that's terrifying to me. That's cool. But what's more fascinating in a 2-hour-long story, I think, is a character that, if the circumstances had been just a little different, would have been the main character.
Yes.
And
I
that's
think
what's so cool about
that's
that.
That's what makes Killmonger like the best written
Yeah.
villain in
Yeah.
the MCU.
Yeah. Again, I have some other criticisms of the movie. Overall, I like the movie a lot. I have
loved
some other
it.
criticisms. Definitely go out and check
Yes.
out our MCU in Review, and you can take out your frustrations on me in the comments, like so many other people have. Shout out to everyone though, because everyone has been really cool and respectful and talking to each other very civilly and critically analyzing each other's statements. I really appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to the Reddit community over on our Reddit. I don't know who the person was. I meant to actually put it in the document, but he wrote a nice few paragraphs on what this movie meant to him as a person of color and why it's very important to him to see representation. And I think that's a very positive way of telling people your perspective on things. And I think you get the point across a lot better that way than you do screaming at each other in the comments, because spoilers, when you just scream racial slurs at each other or just hate at each other, people shut down and get very defensive. This person's comments on the Reddit, I should pull it up. Kev, can you try to find that?
Sure.
It's over on our Reddit.
Yeah, I'm looking.
It was great. It was a very positive way of saying, look, you might not understand this film, but this is what this means to me, and take a look at my perspective. And we all read it here, and it was very
its
cool.
own post? Or?
Yeah, I believe it was. I think there's 2 posts about Black Panther on our Reddit right now. I think it's the earlier of the 2. and I meant to put it on the documents today. I apologize. I wanted to shout this person out. Here we go, right there. Joey put it in there. It was from, let's see, I don't know, Black _nerd. I'll just go ahead and read this.
Go for it.
What's good? Kind of funny fam. Full disclosure, I've now seen this film twice and the in-review video once. The review was top. It's always neat. The review was top. It's always neat when there's contrasting and interesting opinions at the table. But one thing that someone said, and I can't remember by who exactly, was that the early reviews said you've never seen anything like this, and someone didn't agree. Now, I definitely don't think the film is flawless, and I even agree on a good few criticisms raised in the video. But I want to give some context as to why I've never seen anything like this in cinemas. When I was a kid, my little brother and I would play about, as kids do, and we would have world-ending arguments over who would get to be Frozone from The Incredibles. I'm talking several hours worth of debates appealing to our mom, literal fistfights, all over who gets to play as an out-of-shape Samuel L. Jackson in spandex. Whilst watching Black Panther and seeing T'Challa and Killmonger fight whilst Shuri and the rest take on the army, I realized that now kids who look like me have an entire film worth of actual fleshed-out characters to become. If I was that little kid now and Black Panther released, my brother and I would reenact the Killmonger T'Challa fight or the M'Baku T'Challa fight more times than you could count. I want to be clear, I'm not intending to target anyone who disagreed with this early reviews. They have every right to their own opinion, but I just wanted to spread a little light on why this film means so much to a lot of people. If someone brings up Blade, I swear to God, I was only like 10 when Blade 3 came out, and my parents wouldn't even let me watch The Simpsons back then. Keep being dope, and if you've got a spare 2 and a bit hours, go check out the film.
Agreed. Yeah.
Agreed. Again, you know, and I think, and we've seen a lot, obviously, I haven't seen too many harsh criticisms of like what we were talking about. Again, like I'm really proud of our community. People can talk and they can disagree and they can, but this is how you change people's opinions on things, right? This is how perspective is shed, and this is how we grow as human beings, and I think this is really awesome. Just shout out to Black Nerd. This is great, and a lot of people will have a great conversation about him in the thread here as well.
Good job, guys. Yeah.
But I do want to
representation's so important. Like it's just seeing all of the tweets of the kids like cosplaying when they go to see Black Panther. It's like there's this picture of like all of these kids dressed up as the Dora Milaje, the bodyguards for Black Panther. Stole my heart.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
It's awesome.
So good.
I do want to say this though, to anyone throwing hate at Blade, how dare you? How dare you? Anyone. Now, I understand everyone's always like, oh, Blade was there. I understand that argument. I'm not saying that. But I am saying this. No one will hate Blade in my house because Blade was the shit.
I even like Blade too.
I liked all 3 Blades.
I didn't see
They were
the third
fantastic.
Blade.
I understand they're not on the level of what Black Panther is doing. I totally understand that. I'm just being silly here and just saying when I was like, fucking Blade is the shit. And shout out to Wesley Snipes. He could come back as Blade right now. I would not be disappointed.
I think Wesley Snipes wanted to do a Black Panther, and he
did.
Yeah.
Well, we read that story back in the day. He was trying to do Black Panther, and everyone kept getting it confused that it was a civil rights movie. So he took all of the sort of momentum he had with that and put it into Blade. That's how Blade came about. Because I think back in the 90s, vampires were like, oh, it's a vampire movie.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's a superhero movie. Like, no, it's a vampire movie. He's like, whatever, let's just make this movie. Right, so that worked out there. Let's go into the next news story. This is something he brought to my attention. Andy.
Real quick, how much of this are you trying to actually show?
I got the whole thing.
Yeah,
Can
but
we?
like,
It's
we're gonna have to
2
edit it out
minutes? Yeah.
afterwards.
Do you think so? Because I feel like every news outlet
ESPN?
posted this. CNN's got it, everyone's got it. I feel like they can't claim
we're
it.
not CNN.
I do want to show the
How
reactions
dare you,
though.
sir.
I want to show everyone's faces when they're reacting to this version.
Okay, do you want me to show it now, or are we waiting for Andy or something?
You can pause it, and then roll it all the way back, and we'll watch the whole thing. Now, Andy, you've been asking for sports content, and am I not a benevolent host here? Do I not give people what they want?
Oh man, you're so nice, dude.
So here's your
So
2
giving.
minutes and 19 seconds.
Oh, over the whole thing you want to show.
We could just
Here
show
it
a little
is.
bit of it.
We just need to fast forward towards the middle.
Yeah,
Toward the middle.
Go towards the middle.
Go
because
toward the
then-
end so
then
we
they
can
start
see
showing
Steph Curry's
reaction
face as he's
shots.
laughing.
Hold on, let's.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
When she gets to banner, yeah. When she gets to that part, that's where it gets.
It's just so slow, and it's like smooth, slow jazz. You know, it's just a weird arrangement. He's like, My favorite thing is when people have to just stand there and deal with it.
Right here.
It's just jazz. She's just doing a jazz version of it.
Draymond looks like a cartoon donkey.
There's a great comment in the YouTube comments for this video where they're like, it sounds like she's trying to seduce the national anthem.
Jimmy Kimmel's laughing because he's like, we're going to make so much fun of this later.
Jimmy Kimmel's is laughing. Wait for it. I think she says, let's make some basketball, which made it even better.
Did she say that? Cap goes back. We need to confirm whether or not she said.
She might have said.
She said play. Okay. That's something I would say. I would get nervous at the end and be like, I just crushed that song. Let's make ball. Let's make some ball games. Now, here's my take on this as a non-sports lover, but as a lover of America. I don't like when they try to do something new with the national anthem. Just go out and sing the national anthem. Like, obviously, this was a fun, kind of slow jazz version of it. I think she did a great job. Her voice sounds amazing. She hit all the notes. It's just a song that is supposed to be like a minute gets just stretched out into 2 minutes. What are you supposed to do? You're the only instrument there, really. I don't know.
Before that, you missed the Canadian anthem done by none other than the Bare Naked Ladies.
Wow.
And they did a 4-piece harmonizing like quartet.
My goodness.
So, yeah.
What?
Amazing.
Talking of, oh, Canada.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, Canada.
Rush and Justin Bieber.
Yep.
You know?
George St. Pierre and some other people are from Canada.
Geddy Lee. Yeah,
Geddy Lee,
guys.
great.
Andy, did you watch the entire pre-show? I heard like the Kevin Hart stuff was really weird, and there was like this strange musical that was happening, and
They did
a lot
play
was going on.
They did a musical in the beginning, and Kevin Hart was like, and they were singing like, shoot the ball, and Kevin Hart was like standing in the middle like, no, I can't shoot it. You know, they were like, they did a skit. It was very awkward. But then Kevin Hart introduced all the players, and he had like a fun fact for every one of the players.
Yeah.
And for the most part,
and then he would like tease each one of them and go to the next
that
one.
was pretty funny, yeah.
Wiz83 in the chat says, no, Nick, she did not hit all the notes.
No, she was flat a couple of times.
She might have been flat a couple of times. She hit all the notes. That's not the issue. The issue is she threw a bunch of other notes in that shouldn't have been hit. It's just weird.
Oh, Fergie.
What are you going to do? M15 Anthrop says, Nick, is your hearing okay? Nobody knows. It might be bad. I was telling Kevin last week, I was like, I think my hearing's starting to go. Because I'm doing the thing now where my wife walks into the room when I'm watching TV and she's like, that's really loud. And I'm like, is it?
Oh, God.
I can't tell.
Oh, no.
I can't tell. Did I make my wife watch Batman Forever yesterday? Yeah, I did.
I like Batman Forever.
Well, you're a monster.
But I think I'm just nostalgic for it.
Go back and watch it again.
Kiss from a Rose, man.
That, it makes...
Great song.
It makes no sense.
Kiss from a Rose? Baby! It's a fantastic song.
Good song, yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Seal, one of his best songs. In lighter news, which actually I don't know how I can get much more lighter than making fun of Fergie, but it's about to. This story just needs to either happen or die. Okay?
I feel like I keep hearing about a Bill and Ted movie.
It's because
every month.
Not Keanu Reeves, the other guy. Alex Winters has been trying to keep it going for a very long time because he's tired of directing things. This story comes from flickeringmyth.com. It says, William Sadler's death to return in Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is the working title for Bill and Ted 3.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
The story reads, we're getting more totally excellent details on a potential third Bill and Ted movie. Bill and Ted Face the Music, following Digital Spy's interview with original writer Ed Solomon, comes with the news that William Sadler, who played the Grim Reaper in 1991's Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, he was fantastic in that, is keeping his bony white fingers crossed for a third outing. Sadler, who stole the sequel with his parody of Ingmar Bergman's classic The Seventh Seal as he played battleships with Bill, Alex Winter, and Ted Keanu Reeves, replied to Ed Solomon's endorsement of Digital Spy article with the following tweet, quote, thank you at Morgan Jeffrey for really capturing the spirit of it. The world could totally use some hashtag Bill and Ted right now. I'm keeping my bony white hashtag fingers crossed. Not much of a story here other than I wanted everyone to remember that Bill and Ted is a thing.
And is possibly still happening.
And is still possibly still happening. And I'll tell you one thing right now. If you guys are thinking to yourself, oh, it's Keanu Reeves, he's moved on. he doesn't have to do comedy anymore, right? Now he's doing serious
I would like
auteur
to see him
cinema like
do
John
comedy
Wick.
again.
He is in
Tour cinema.
He's in a commercial right now. And chat, help me out here. I can't remember what it's for. I think it's for insurance.
Currently
Yes.
in a commercial?
Yes. And it is one of the funniest things I've seen in the past month. I rewound with this commercial. He's like him riding a motorcycle, and then he stands up on it, and then at the end of it, he starts singing along with whatever song is going on, and the motorcycle takes off like the end of Grease. It's genius.
wonderful.
Chat, let me know what I'm talking about. If you find a
Keanu's
link to that, let me know.
Keanu is truly
National
a national
treasure.
Yes.
Oh,
Such a sweet man.
he is.
So generous.
He's beautiful, just in every way. I don't
I just
mean.
want him to be happy.
It's a Squarespace commercial. That's what it is. He's doing a Squarespace
Squarespace,
commercial,
okay.
and it's hilarious. And I think you can actually go to the website, like squarespace.com/Keanu Reeves, whatever the hell it is, and see what it is. But it is hilarious and very, very well done.
Now I want to see it.
Now, I brought this story up today, as it is in no way, shape, or form important to me. And boy, was it polarizing. Boy, did you and Tim Gettys both jump on me and be like,
went.
sir, you do not know what you're talking about here. Do not talk about The Lion King in my house. This comes from comicbook.com/movies. The Lion King remake, cutting a classic song from the animated film.
Which one?
And that song is Be Prepared, I believe,
Why
right?
couldn't they
That's what
just
about?
include it? It's such a good song.
I don't know.
They've got the 4 other ones. They might as well add in a 5th.
They've got 4 songs
They're
that
only
are going to
including
be in this.
4 songs from the original movie.
Right, and those songs are, what did Tim
the
say?
ones that matter.
They are the ones that
Yeah.
matter.
Circle of Life, Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Hakuna Matata, I Just Can't Wait to Be King, Circle of
Just
Life,
Can't Wait to Be
and
King.
Can You Feel Love Tonight. So, I'm conflicted on this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them to remake The Lion King at all. I just watched
look
it
at
on
this cast,
TV.
though. Look at
it's
this cast.
Oh, yeah, it's phenomenal. Don't get me wrong.
Incredible.
But I watch The Jungle Book.
Beyonce.
I watch The Jungle Book.
Yeah.
And I think to myself, this can't be good. And Jon Favreau goes, no, Nick, it can. I watch it, I'm like, this movie's good. It's entertaining. It is a fun, quasi-live action retelling of the Jungle Book story. Now there's another one coming out, directed by Andy Serkis. Will it be the Wyatt Earp to Tombstone? Maybe.
I think it's a little too soon for them to be
It's-
making that again.
it's-
We just got that.
Well, there was a
Jungle Book.
time when Hollywood used to do that. When they would catch, they'd be like, oh, wait, you're doing a Civil War movie? We're doing a Civil War movie. And like there would be competing
oh, yeah.
studios would put them up
It's like,
against
oh,
each
the
other.
Prestige. How about the Illusionist?
Yeah, exactly. and then they figured out, hey, that's dumb. We're cannibalizing each other, and that's just stupid. We should get ahead of this.
But it
But
was pretty cool when it was the 90s and it was just movies about annihilation coming out at the same time.
oh man, Deep Impact
Yeah.
versus Armageddon.
Armageddon, yeah.
Oh, it was great. As you know, I'm a huge fan of
yes.
like disaster movies. We do a podcast every week called the Geostorm podcast.
Very
true.
nice.
It's great.
do that.
We're on our 45th episode.
Wow.
live.
We do it
Is
with
it all about the
Elise
movie
Williams.
Geostorm?
It is all
Wow,
about it.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
A lot of
You
people
guys
do
even
like
watched
Hamilton
Geostorm?
podcasts,
Yeah.
and we were like, why waste your energy on a Broadway play that very few people can see when you right now can go to Comcast or to your DVR,
Yeah. And watch
to your on demand, and you can watch Geostorm right now. Gerard Butler's
the movie
finest
of
work.
2017. There's a
It's-
lot to unpack there. There's
a
just a lot happening.
There's a space station.
Yeah.
There's a whole network
Yeah.
of satellites that we somehow
Like,
built around
He's got
our
all
planet.
these skills. What kind of skills are they?
He's
How did
smart.
he obtain these
He's a
skills?
scientist.
He's very smart.
He's got so many things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a terrible movie. But I watched it, and I made my wife
have
watch
not
it
seen
too.
it.
No, so real talk though. Going back to this, it's interesting that they're choosing to cut songs out.
Yes.
Because if memory serves me correctly in chat, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Love Jungle Book, get to Beauty and the Beast, and I was like, I don't need this, right? For one
felt
thing,
about the same.
they're not really doing anything new with this. They didn't bring in. It's not like they brought in Idina Menzel and was like, "You're an amazing singer.
Right.
You're going to sing live action
Yeah.
in this." They brought in Emma Watson, who I love. You know,
But
she's my girl.
had to take a lot of
They had to
vocal
take some.
training.
They had to take some liberties with
Yeah.
the auto tune on that bad boy, right? So we're not getting musically the best version of the musical,
Right.
of the musical aspects of Beauty
No,
and the
you're right.
Beast for that
They
one.
weren't adding anything new to it.
Right.
All it was live action.
Right.
And that's it.
I think they had one new song maybe, and I was
Sure.
like, this is
Yeah.
weird. It's kind of out of place. So the interesting aspect of this is they're like, we're gonna take just the things we absolutely know we have to put in this, right? You can't not do a Lion King and not have Hakuna Matata. You can't do it.
Right.
Tim Gettys will light a Molotov cocktail and light himself on fire. He will not appreciate
Jesus.
this. He said his words, not mine. His words, not mine.
Self-immolation? Why?
But I wonder, are they putting more songs in here? Obviously, we're getting an end title song that's
They'll
brand new
probably
from
add
Beyonce and
something
Elton
new.
John.
They added something new to Beauty and the Beast, so they'll add something new here.
Right.
And they've got Beyonce, so maybe Beyonce will write a song.
You got Queen Bee.
Yes.
You got to have her elevate the game.
Yes.
And that's what I'm excited about.
I predict that she will write a new song.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do
It'll
another
go
one?
on the soundtrack.
That'd be-
I don't know.
If Elton John and her write another song that people can sing, and that's the song I sing now for the next 20 years, I'm happy about that.
All right.
I'm happy about that. Elton John's still kicking. Was he in the Golden Circle? He was.
He was.
Was
Sure
that movie
was.
pretty bad?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It had its moments.
It did have its moments. They
great.
took.
Not
Elton
great.
John was great in it, though.
Elton John was great in
Elton
it.
John was fun in it, but the problem with that movie is that there wasn't another book. They were just, like, they finished everything up in the first movie,
Yeah.
and then they're like, all right, what do we do here? And then
Well, then they brought in Channing Tatum.
they
and they were
barely
like,
used Channing Tatum.
And then he-
They could
minutes.
afford a day of Channing Tatum's time.
Well, I
and he
think there was a scheduling conflict or
Yeah.
something where he had to be like, he was like, I can't do the whole movie. I can't remember what the story was, but I'm like, Channing Tatum was hilarious, and then it's just a weird movie.
It was strange.
And Julianne Moore was like, there's just way too much Julianne Moore in it, which I never say.
Wow.
But her character was just so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Scaring me,
about
Nick.
that. That is weird. Okay. Cue up
right.
your tips. If you guys have any tips, you want to say anything to Chastity or myself, come at me, bro. With a $5 tip or above, as well as 500 cheers. We will read those as well. While you guys queue up your tips, I'm going to do this out of order. We are going to go to P.S. I Love This Best Friend XOXO. This is your opportunity to nominate someone in our community you feel is doing a great job, just like I nominated Black Nerd over there on the Reddits. Thank you so much for posting that. It meant a lot to me. But that's not. I don't want to steal Benjamin's moment here. Benjamin went over and is shouting out Mark Freeman. Says, quote, "Thanks for being awesome."
Aw,
That's
that's
it.
nice.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
That's lovely.
And during that whole time, I could have actually brought up the tips menu, but I forgot to. So now you guys have to wait here. Bam. Fill some time. Talk about something.
Are we talking about Black Panther some more?
We can.
Because Black Panther is fantastic.
It is great.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh my God. I saw
It's
it
so-
twice.
we
I'm
just-
pretty
we-
sure I'm going
we-
to see it a third time.
We live in a world where a Black Panther movie breaks records.
And it's the best Marvel movie ever.
And I just say that in like from a nerd
That's a bold
perspective.
statement. I don't know if that.
I don't know.
It's definitely
No.
not the best Marvel movie. I'm not.
It's-
Everyone's got.
It's top tier.
It's top tier.
Marvel
It is
movie.
top
It's
tier.
definitely well made.
Yes.
But I
Also, my
put it
new
lower on
favorite
my
Disney
list than a lot of
princess
people.
is Princess Shuri of Wakanda.
Do they count?
That's not how it
She
works.
counts. She counts.
Does
I don't know if that's how
She
it
is
works.
a princess, and she is under the Disney umbrella. So she is my new favorite Disney princess. And
That
she
is
very intelligent.
That is a
very
loophole,
smart, yeah.
No, no,
ma'am.
no,
That is a loophole, ma'am.
New
To
favorite
be a Disney princess, there's a whole like ceremony process that has to happen.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have to you have to kill
It's
someone. You
very
have to be
serious.
like you have to like actually have a
I'm not
sacrifice.
even, Nick, I'm not even joking. Like there's a ceremony that happens in Disneyland.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
It'll
maybe they'll
happen.
make her in.
It'll
We'll
happen.
put her in.
They've
We'll
already
see.
got the Dora Milaje in Disneyland. So.
She was the thing about me. The thing about one of my criticisms of the movie was that Chadwick Boseman's character T'Challa was like the least fun person to watch. Not the least of
was
which was his sister was
moving
great.
along. Yeah.
And
she was fantastic. She stole every scene she was in.
yeah, and I forget. Oh, I can never say her name. Denai
Guerrero?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I was like,
Okoye?
every time she was doing anything, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
What's going on with this? How come I can't have more of that?
So good.
The scene where she's riding the
casino
freaking.
fight
I don't
too?
want
Oh,
spoilers. We don't
yeah.
want spoilers.
Well, in the trailer, you see the casino fight, and it was all them. That's all Denai Guerrero with the staff.
It's really cool. It's really
My
cool.
goodness.
I'm just saying.
So good.
Up your game, Chadwick Boseman. Okay, tips, real quick. Ape Vic 2 says Nick should try reading Ready Player One. It's full of 80s nostalgia, some fun clips, and he gave us a fun clip. I love the idea behind Ready Player One. I think it's really, really cool.
Did you read the book?
That's what he's saying. No, I haven't
Yeah.
read the book yet. Is it good?
No.
Okay. Well then, guess what? Ape Vic
Not great.
2.
It's a
Thank you
really
for your
easy
suggestion.
read.
But it's not. I'm not. Oh no!
God.
What was
Let's
that?
bring that up.
That's the fun clip that he sent us.
Well,
Okay. Let's show
All right,
let's
everybody.
watch
Here
it.
we go, here we go.
Let's watch it.
Oh,
Yeah. I love the guy's laugh. What an asshole. That has to have been his brother. Only brothers laugh that hard at other people's failures.
Like, well, it was a child laughing.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was like a 2-year-old
Oh,
laughing.
no, I thought it was the guy behind the camera, like, wheezily laughing at him. Either way, hilarious. Don't try to do handstands, people, on wet pavement. It's bad. Jay Wint has given us a tip and said, hey, guys, I'm excited to watch you guys live for once. I'm at EOD,
yay.
Explosive Ordnance Disposal. Wow. Preliminary school for the Air Force, and I watch KF every day after class to de-stress. Love you guys. Holy crap, that's crazy and awesome. Please be safe, and thank you for your service, sir. That is amazing. The real Mr. Toft has given us a very nice tip and said, as crazy as he was Friday, thank Greg for his spirited rant to my wife. She said that if I was invested enough to get his help, then she was more than willing to go with me to prom. Crazy Greg rants for the win. I cannot believe that actually worked. I can't believe that rant was the thing that sold your wife on this community.
That's amazing. I saw that.
Yeah, Greg's
Good
insane.
Good stuff.
Tuss Spot gave us a tip and said, hey, Nick, I saw Black Panther and loved it, and Blade was an all-right series, but people forget about Spawn, a work of art.
Spawn's pretty good.
People do not forget about Spawn.
Spawn's pretty good.
Some people forget about
Spawn, the comic book, which I never read, but I know was good because people tell me it was really good. It was good. Spawn, the HBO animated series, was
So good.
unbelievable. And I just went back and rewatched it, I think 8 months ago, and I got to the end and I was like, damn it, why does everything... That was back in the time when if they made something cool and you were a nerd and you loved it, it was like a ticking clock as to when they were going to kill that thing.
That's true. That's very true.
Pardon me, I'm a little stuffed up. But Jesus, I almost died there. I almost choked on my list.
Okay?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I get angry about this because I remember watching Spawn on HBO going, this is amazing. This is like one of the coolest animated things I've ever seen. And then of course it was way too expensive and they couldn't do it and they just killed it. And at the end of it, you're like, okay, well, I guess that sucks. But either way. Big Ron as Batman says, super late tip, but happy birthday, Andy. So glad that Chastity is going to be a morning show co-host. Nick, you're killing it on the morning show. Hashtag Jackmanoff 2018. Thank you, Big Ron. Antman0208 says, hey, Nick and Chastity, can you please have Kevin look up Carl Lewis singing the national anthem? I promise you won't regret it.
Carl Lewis.
Carl Lewis.
Right. When did he sing the national
I have
anthem?
no idea. Kev, you want to look that up? And if it's good, we'll look it up. And if not,
Let us know if it's
Kevin
good.
will ban you
I won't
from...
be able to know.
He will ban you from Twitch
All right.
forever.
I guess we'll find out.
A Sperling 2003 says, first time being able to watch the morning show live, and it was great. Black Panther passed my low expectations, but the CG and action scenes lacked. Movie was good overall, mostly thanks to the acting. I would agree with most of that.
The cast was fantastic.
You know what's funny? A lot of people talk about the CG in it, how it was not very good. Now, when they were you've seen in the trailers when the two when Killmonger and Black Panther are both in the suits and they're fighting each other. I didn't think that was that great, but a lot of people are saying like some of the other stuff in there wasn't good. I didn't notice it.
No, I didn't.
I thought for the most part it was pretty good.
At all. And I saw it in IMAX too, and I wasn't really bothered by the CG.
I think there were a couple moments where it was like, what's happening? Like the shot where you're first seeing Black Panther in the tree. That I
kind of liked though because it was
like
real.
He had like a actual suit on.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember because spoilers.
And a couple times when he had his new suit on, I remember the neckline looking really weird and really CG.
Maybe.
Do you guys want to see this really quick?
We'll play a little bit.
Play a little bit of it. I don't want to make fun of Carl Lewis though. Is this something we're gonna laugh at?
There it is. There it is.
All right, Carl.
Wow.
Oh, say, can you see and the rockets?
Move. He's like, uh-oh.
For the land of the free.
Oh boy.
See, this is not where you want to do. See, this is the thing. If you're going to sing the national anthem, first off, couple things. One,
have it down.
You got to be able to hit those notes. Yep. Got to be able to do it. Don't start in an octave you can't start it.
That's right. Yeah.
You're on your own. You're
Bring it
exposed
down,
out there.
Otherwise.
Yeah, bring it down. Bring it down a little bit.
When you're practicing, go for the last note
Pull a
first.
Fergie.
Yeah.
Make up your own notes. Make up your own notes. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Space them out.
Yeah, oh my God, that's horrible. That is it for tips right now. We'll go into our giveaway, No Chastity, as you know, because you are a big fan of this show. You watch every morning. I see you in the comments all the time. We give away a game each and every day here. There are 4 ways to win. 1, you can be in the Twitch chat, just like Noah Omis. You're not the winner, but you're the winner of my heart today because I saw your name first, and that's great. You can also be a Twitch subscriber, of course. Here's your daily reminder if you have it. Cool, Greg, for the win.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I was just thinking, I was like, I need a little something to get me through the rest of the show. And look at you, sir. Look at you. Cool, Greg. You are the foundation
You're the
upon which
best.
this whole thing is built. I want you to know that.
I don't know if that's true.
A lot of people say this place couldn't run without you, Cool Greg. I agree. You're the only one we need. Kevin hates it when I say that. Because we call Kevin the glue.
The glue.
Because he is the thing that makes all this stick together.
Kevin
but I also
the
tried to
glue.
get Kevin the milkman started because one, he loves milk, and two, he delivers. In my brain, he delivers.
Yes.
And the milkman comes and delivers what you want. That good, sweet white milk.
Here's a debate we were having at
I like
GameSpot.
that.
Kevin, what's your favorite chocolate milk?
My favorite chocolate
is
milk?
it Nesquik? Is it Yoo-Hoo?
Well,
100%
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo isn't chocolate
Hershey's.
milk.
Yoo-hoo's not chocolate milk?
Yoo-hoo is chocolate drink. Like, there's a difference.
Yeah.
I love that you know that.
Yeah, it's definitely Nesquik.
Hershey's syrup?
No, Nesquik.
Nesquik?
Yeah. What, are you saying pre-packaged or like?
Your favorite way to prepare a chocolate milk-like drink?
Oh, okay.
Or-
yeah, Nesquik powder. What I do
Yeah.
hold on,
Yeah.
is that I get a cup and I fill about a quarter milk in it, microwave that cup so it's warm.
Wow,
Then
wow.
I
Love
add
chocolate
2
milk.
scoops of the powder, mix
at
it in
this.
real good. Then I proceed to that thick chocolatey syrup. I add more chocolate milk to it, and if I'm feeling a little crazy, I'll add a little bit of espresso in it, and then it makes it.
Well,
Very nice.
that's just a
Wow.
nice little
Yeah.
aperitif, my
Wow,
friends.
wow, wow.
Good for you.
It's a good way to live.
Did you ever, while we're on the topic of this completely, totally crazy tangent, did you ever try the drinking chocolate when Starbucks had that?
Yes.
The hell's drinking chocolate?
It is
was
melted
okay.
chocolate,
It's not good for you.
and it's horrible for
It's a
you.
lot of sugar.
And they give it to you in a tiny little cup, and you drink it. It's like a chocolate bar that you're drinking, but you pound it, and it gets in your system so fast that you start to like shake, and then can go through walls like the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Back when I was working in a cafe, we would just like steam the milk and then put little bits of Ghirardelli chocolate inside, steam it again and make it melt,
Yeah.
stirring it, and then
Hell
that's what
yeah.
we serve as hot chocolate. Too much sugar.
Yeah.
Sure.
Shakes.
Yeah. It's really fun.
That's how we make mochas too. Oh
That-
my god.
Oh my god, you guys are making me want something sweet. I'm drinking this right now and I want it to taste like chocolate milk, but it's not. It just has a lot of half and half in it because I love Cool Greg, but he
But
loves
yeah,
half and half.
Nesquik's the best
All right.
on record.
Giveaway time. 2 more ways to win.
Nesquik
One,
is
support
best.
us at the $2 or above level on patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. Either of those will amplify your chances to win. Before we announce the winner today, guess what? We're sponsored by MeUndies. That's right, you guessed it. MeUndies.com. You want to look good in your underwear and be comfortable, right? Well, but
Who doesn't?
But that perfect balance is hard to find. Don't sacrifice style or comfort. Check out MeUndies.com and find the best pair of underwear in the world. Again, Tim, I would love to try MeUndies.com, but every time they ship them here, Tim steals them and puts them on his body because he loves them so much. He won't shut up about them. He's like, Nick, you gotta try these. And I'm like, Tim, I would try them.
But you put them on your body.
You steal them
Yeah.
and wrap them around yourself. Your most sensitive parts. I don't want them. I don't want to try them from you. I want them to ship me some. So I'm telling you right now, put Nick on it, MeUndies.
Yeah.
Next
Address
time
it
you ship.
to Nick.
Address it to Nick and put not underwear for Tim. That's what I need.
On the box.
On
Just
the box.
in large, bold print.
Yeah. Put nothing. Tim don't want any of this in here. Of
That's
course.
pretty much the equivalent of him going, my germs.
Exactly. MeUndies.com will be the most comfortable pair of underwear you will own, made from
Sounds very comfortable.
sustainably sourced. I don't want to say substantially sourced. I'm getting over this cold. It's still messing with my brain. Tomorrow's show is going to be great. Sustainably sourced, naturally soft fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton. Ultimate feel good undies for when you want to feel naked but not be naked, which is the story of my life. I always want to feel like I've got the freedom of it, but I
Yeah.
don't want anyone to see me. That's what I want.
That's the dream.
For the fellows, MeUndies diamond seamed pouch cradles your jewels and gives your stuff the support it needs without feeling too tight. Ladies will love the soft, eco-friendly fabric, so soft and touchable. 100% satisfaction guarantee. They guarantee you will love your undies or your money back. Again, I haven't even gotten to that step yet, MeUndies, because Tim steals them all, and then Gia gets to touch them, and they never talk to me about, even though I try to pry into their private life, they will not tell me anything about that. What's this? The offer right now. MeUndies has an exclusive offer just for your listeners. Get 20% off, our listeners rather, my listeners, everyone's listeners. Get 20% off of your first pair and free shipping. MeUndies is so sure you'll love the underwear, they even offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You order a pair, and if you don't love your first pair, get a full refund. This is a no-brainer, right? Get 20% off, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, and the best and softest underwear you will ever own. Go to MeUndies.com/morning. That's MeUndies.com/morning. This is a limited time offer, so what are you waiting for? Start wearing the best underwear of your life. It changed my life. It's time to let MeUndies change yours. Didn't change mine, changed Tim's life. Go to MeUndies.com/morning right now. They had a great tagline for Valentine's Day.
What was it?
It was match your bottom half to your better half because they were doing matching sets, and it was
Clever.
good. It was good. So MeUndies, everything about that great. Let's work on the tagline there at the end. MeUndies, wrap yourself up in softness. That's my
Lovely.
gift to you.
Good plug.
Today's winner comes from Kinda Funny Games Patreon. Congratulations to Eli Mark Ryder. You have won Madden NFL 18 on the Xbox One. And yes, that was shock that you heard that they are still in fact making Madden games. I haven't seen someone play a Madden game in forever.
Every
Is
year.
it still big in your office?
No.
No? You have any Madden people? We always used to, at IGN, we always
We
be
have
like,
like
who's
the
our Madden
one
guy?
person, and they're like, oh, come on, then like, Bobby, come on, let's play.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was always Bobby. Before that, we used to have a couple of guys that would write for sports that were really, really into it, and then they were like,
I
no,
don't
we're
think we
gonna
have
write for
any
this
Madden people. Maybe just, we have one guy named Nick that does all of our sports stuff, so we probably just make him play.
There you go. That makes sense.
Shout out to Nick Margarita.
Wow, he could not be more different than me. I do not play it. If you sat me down and were like, you have to play a sports game right now, I'd be like, oh man, this is embarrassing. We did a series of Let's Plays yesterday on Friday, one of which, because we did a race in GTA, 3 races in GTA. God, that was bad. That was bad.
It's rough.
Yeah. Let's go into the chat and take some questions, comments, or compliments from the non-subscribers, and then we will go into the people I lovingly refer to as my children. That's
Aw.
right. Subscribers, I think of you all as my
so
children.
creepy, Nick.
I think of you all as when I was in my mid-20s, I was just out there living the life, and now I've got all of you. And one day you're gonna come ask me for money, and I'll just shut the door
One of
on your
them might
face.
be.
We'll shut the door right on
One
your
of them
face.
might be.
One of them might be.
It's possible. It's not possible, actually. I was very much introverted up until my mid-20s. And then I met my wife. And then we got married.
Aw,
and now,
that's a nice story.
I know, it was nice. I told that story. I was on a show called The Josh McCouga Show. And I told the story of how I met my wife. And it's a fun story.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, you guys
I
go
would
check
like
it out.
to hear this story.
Here are the comments for you if you want to pull any for yourself
All
or
right.
for me. Remember, everyone, our new host will be announced in approximately
Very excited.
10 minutes. That's going to be fun for that.
It's not me.
Nick, can I take Chastity to KF prom? Says Frog and Bullfish 89. I think there's a very tall guy that might have a problem with that.
Yeah, you might have to clear that with.
And he's got gigantic shoulders. So
Might have to clear that with James Duggan.
If you want to, you want to hit up James, go ahead and go ahead and fight the good fight on that one, brother. But I think you're gonna lose.
Thank you for asking me, though.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. Saltimus Prime says, Nick, what's the tagline for KF prom?
God, make up something good, please.
Proms can be fun. Kind of funny prom. There you go. I was just gonna go without everyone gets laid, but let's be perfectly honest, I'm going and my wife's going, so that's probably not gonna happen. But there you go. Nick, did you watch the UFC fights this weekend? I didn't, damn it. I was at open mics yesterday. There was I think it was a Fox Sports 1 fight yesterday. They were probably pretty good. I watched them last weekend, but I didn't get to watch this weekend. Yeah, I was freezing my butt off at that open mic. Jeez Louise. Greedy Ear says, Nick, have you seen Ash vs. Evil Dead Schmodown? I have not, but it's so cool that they did that. Are you a fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead? Have you watched the show?
I actually haven't seen it yet, but I
Have
do
you
like
seen,
the Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the very few shows that actually legitimately feels like we're just going back to that world and catching up
Alright.
with those characters. You know how they always try to make, like Bill and Ted's will be
Sure.
like clearly not a Bill and Ted's movie.
I mean, when you've got Bruce Campbell, it's probably.
Well, that's all he does,
Yeah.
is he plays Ash. But you remember, like, we did Beverly Hills Cop, we did Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then they took way too much time off and then came back and did Beverly Hills Cop 3, and it felt
Right.
like a parody.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel that way.
Okay.
Or, Ghostbusters to
It's on the
Ghostbusters
list.
2. Yeah.
I do need to check it out.
Oh, God. G.K. says, Nate Diaz pulled out a joint on camera. What is wrong with the Diaz? Stop putting that in people's faces. Nate and Nick Diaz are two fighters that are really, really good fighters. But
Okay.
Nick Diaz I think he got in trouble for smoking weed. And then they fined him and he said, screw you, I'm not going to fight anymore for you guys. And hasn't fought since. But and everyone's like, dude, just fucking just pay the fine. What do you do? And he's like, screw you guys, weed legal. I don't care.
Who is better, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys? We answered this last
We
time.
did. We're not going over it.
Last time.
If you guys know anything about Kinda Funny, we refuse to talk about things we've already talked about ad nauseum, and it is NSYNC. It's 100% NSYNC.
It's not even close.
You're on the wrong side of history if you
It's
forget that. Robin GL says, Nick, you have a big day on Friday. Mark Ellis on the Kinda Funny morning show and facing Makuga in that Schmodown ring. Super excited. Do I win? Do I lose? Tune in to see. And yes, I'm excited that Mark's coming up. He's also going to be on GOG on Friday as well. We're doing a very special GOG, so if you're a Patreon supporter at the $1 above level, you get to see him live. And I have a feeling We might have to cut some stuff out of this one because when he and I get together, we get nasty. That's not true at all. He's actually really respectful and does the better of the two morning shows. Let's put it that way. Let's go into sub-only mode right now before Greg peeks his head around the corner and starts yelling at me. Feel free to jump in if anyone's saying anything to you.
Oh, also hi to Mark at IGN. He's in the chat. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Marco Blanco?
Casper2 says, Nick, have you watched Everybody Sucks on Netflix? No.
Oh, but I did watch that new horror movie that came out.
Which one?
Recently. The Ritual.
Oh, is it
Scary.
good?
Yeah, good. Just don't read anything about it, just watch it.
I don't like horror movies. They scare me.
I get really scared,
I
but
get too scared. It's unsettling.
they're fun. They're fun.
I know. I'm just such a wuss.
I'm getting a little bit braver. But people have been asking you to watch Altered Carbon. How come you haven't watched it
A
yet?
lot of people, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's fun. Do you like Cyberpunk?
I do like Cyberpunk. I saw, it's the guy that played RoboCop, right?
Yes, it is. But
so here's the deal.
there are also
Normally,
other versions of the character in flashbacks played by other actors.
I got to give him another shot because I saw him in The Killing and I was like, I don't like The Killing. It's way too slow.
Sure.
And that was kind of my first introduction to him, and I was like, I don't know about this guy. Saw him in RoboCop, and I was like, again, jaded that they're remaking RoboCop, and didn't consult me. It's sorry to say, but that kind of I wrote that series off. They got Michael Keaton, and I was like, you're trying here, but no, you didn't consult me. And then I saw him in House of Cards, and I was like, I just don't like his character.
Right.
But then I saw him on Instagram doing jujitsu, and I was like, sir. You're starting to win me back here. They had an amazing fight choreography with him. I guess he does he kicks the shit out of people.
There's a lot of good action in Altered Carbon.
And it's all jiu-jitsu and it's really, really cool. So maybe I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Am I watching Psych again? Is that what you say in the chat?
What?
I am watching Psych again.
No one said that.
I am watching Psych for the third time. I'm on season
Watch
2.
Curb
No
Your
one else-
Enthusiasm.
Watch Altered Carbon!
I do want to watch Curb, but again, I don't have HBO. My wife and I fighting Comcast.
$15, man. You're rich.
Let me have your
Get
HBO
someone
login. Is that legal?
It's fine.
That's illegal.
Give me your login. I think
It's
HBO said it was okay.
That's super illegal.
The CEO of HBO said share your login. He said that. It was like 3 years ago though, so I don't know if they changed their policy on that. Mr. Yasmin 300 says, Nick and Chastity, did you hear about the movie theater that played 50 Shades Freed instead of Black Panther? I would
so
be
sorry.
livid.
I would be pissed.
I imagine someone
I'd be
got up and
so
stopped
angry.
it,
Yeah,
right?
I'd get up right away and walk out and be like, you need to change the movie right now, and I'm not leaving until you do so.
I would
don't
be-
care if it screws up your schedule.
I'd be honest
Play
with
me
you.
the movie.
I'd be like, how dare you? How dare you? And then if it just kept
dare
playing, I would just watch it.
you.
I'm like, I'll see Black Panther next. Then I'll just do the next one. I'll see the next screening.
I'd probably still watch it though. But you're giving me free
Have
tickets
you
to Black
seen-
Panther though, right?
Have you seen all of them?
No, I read.
You don't have to lie.
No. I read the first book, so I can argue about it. But I read. This is not good, but I was trying to watch the first movie when a friend of mine, downloaded it, and then our PS4 turned off the audio because it noticed that it was not legal. So I was like,
yeah, that's what you
this is
get
probably a
for
good
breaking
sign.
law.
Probably a good sign.
Your PS4 saved you because that movie is an
Yeah.
abomination. I have not seen the second one. My wife went ahead and did me the honor of watching that without me. But one day I will catch up on those, and I have a very distinct feeling that I'm going to turn a corner real hard on them and love them. I feel like I'm just gonna, you know what I mean, go Greg?
I feel like this is-
I feel like I can feel myself.
This is probably good for like a group viewing, and you got some wine, and I don't know. But I probably wouldn't watch it at home by myself. No thanks, yeah.
I might.
I'd watch Black Panther a third time though.
Well, I'd see it a second time. Game Jumper X says, Nick, you were crazy. The Killing is amazing. It was very well done. It was just very slow, and I just couldn't get into it back in the day. Let's take 2 more comments, and then we'll bounce
do
out of
it.
here. Nick, do you know any good place to get Wakandian food in San Francisco? No, but I'm sure Kevin does, and he will also tell you where to get the best chocolate milk of your life. Neo J2 says, you mean Flip Flop Nick? You don't say. I haven't seen the last 2 50 Shades of Grey movie, and I'm told that as a trilogy, it is an amazingly, uniquely bad experience. So I will reserve my judgment on that for when I get to that, probably 2 years from now when it's no longer relevant.
There are just so many good things to watch. Just don't.
There's also a lot of bad stuff to watch, Chastity. A lot of bad stuff as well.
That's true.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
That is it for the morning show today. Chastity, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having
Always
me.
awesome having you in. We'll
So
have you
much
back
fun.
very, very soon. Everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning in live. If you're watching this live, we love you very much. Just like Game Over Greggy. Never heard of him before.
Who?
But apparently he's watching live
Oh, that's
right
so kind.
now. Remember, guys, use your Amazon Prime or lose your Amazon Prime. This is your reminder. I gave it to Snowbike Mike. Why? Because he's a G. We love him for that. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, let us know what you thought about Black Panther. Let us know what you think about Bill and Ted's. And let us know if you think Fergie deserves to another shot at that national anthem.
Or send us your versions of Fergie's national anthem.
Yeah, why not? That's super fun. Why don't you please sing that? Try to spread it out though.
Yeah.
When you do the national anthem, I want your version to be at least 10 minutes long.
Please tweet it at me at Chastity_V on Twitter.
Yeah,
Thank you.
tag me on that bad boy too. Until next time, I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love you all. Make sure you stay tuned for Kinda Funny Games Daily because we got a very special guest surprise. Who's the new host? Nobody knows. Is it a man or a woman? We'll figure it out in 10
Or a
minutes.
robot.
Or a robot. No, it's just a Coke machine. We just bring in a Coke machine, press the button, and it spits out a LaCroix for Tim. Thank you again for joining me. Guys,
you.
I'll be right back. Kevin, cut the feed.